Good evening and welcome to Bishop Ludden families, friends, and alumni community. My name is Michael McAuliffe, principal here at Bishop Ludden Junior Senior High School. Tonight we announce the class of 2022 Bishop Ludden Junior Senior High School's Athletic Hall of Fame. I would like to thank our Hall of Fame committee for their tireless efforts in tracking down information, making time for phone calls, and responding to the endless amount of emails to make this event as seamless as possible. The class of 2022, their personal and collective accomplishments are nothing short of amazing. In reading their bios, I was wowed by not only their accomplishments during their time here at Bishop Ludden, but also what they have gone on to do since their days of roaming the halls and athletic fields here on Fay Road. Our goal during tonight's presentation is to announce this very impressive class of 2022 individually while shining a light on their accomplishments. Without any further ado, I give to you tonight our Bishop Ludden Junior Senior High School Athletic Hall of Fame class of 2022. Leading off, John Bova, class of 1966. John was a member and captain of the first varsity basketball team in school history, 1964. John was the leading scorer in 64, 65, and 66 seasons, and he was named the team MVP in 1964, 65, and 66 seasons. From the class of 1966, John Bova. Dan Craven, class of 1969. Dan lettered in baseball, football, and basketball. He was multiple All-City and All-Upstate accolades in all three sports. Dan played football collegiately at Syracuse University. He was a starter on the Bishop Ludden 1968-69 Green Machine team that finished a sterling 21-0. As a coach, Dan helped lead the Bishop Ludden softball team to 5 league championships during his coaching days. From the class of 1969, Dan Craven. Michael McMahon, class of 1970. Michael was a dual sport athlete in track and football. He excelled on the gridiron as first team All-City and honorable mention All-State. On the track, Michael was All-Diocesan, All-City Honors, and All-State. Bishop Ludden's class of 1970 Principal's Trophy honor as the most outstanding athlete. From the class of 1970, Michael McMahon. John Joseph Spillick, class of 1972. John lettered in football, baseball, and track during his time at Bishop Ludden. He was a recipient of the 1972 Bishop Cunningham Trophy for his athletic excellence and service. John earned a scholarship to Syracuse University, where he would play offensive tackle for the legendary SU coach Ben Schwartzwalder. Since hanging up the cleats, John has been a music teacher at nearby Salve High School and has performed in countless plays and shows. From the class of 1972, John Joseph Spillick. Don Collode, class of 1972. Don lettered in golf, football, and basketball during his days here at Bishop Ludden. Don was a New York State Golf Association junior champion in 1968 and 1971. National Junior Golf Association champion in 1971. Don was the New York State J-Key winner in 1968, 69, and 1970. Overall high school golf record of 119 wins and 1 loss. From the class of 1972, Don Collode. Philip Byrne, class of 1973. Philip lettered in football, basketball, and track and field. Philip was All-Upstate defensive end in 1972-73 seasons. He earned the Post Standard, Catholic Sun, and Herald Journal All-City First Team in 1972-73. Philip played collegiately at University of Cincinnati. He was a member of the Syracuse Speed Skating Club from 1965 to 1970. From the class of 1973, Phil Byrne. Dan Hanover, class of 1973. Dan lettered in football and lacrosse while here at Bishop Ludden. Dan was a member of the inaugural Bishop Ludden lacrosse team. He was voted All Central New York Football in 1972 and 1973. Dan played collegiately at Iowa State University. From the class of 1973, Dan Hanover. Chet Delucia, class of 1973. Chet lettered in football, lacrosse, and track during his days at Bishop Ludden. Chet was voted All-City League All-Star during his years on the gridiron. He was third-team All-State in 1969. Chet earned a football scholarship to Georgia and Cincinnati universities. He was voted the special teams captain while an athlete at Cincinnati. In 1976, he was the most outstanding defensive player for the Bearcats of Cincinnati. Post-playing days, Chet has served our country in the Air Force as a staff sergeant. From the class of 1973, Chet Delucia. Jean Balestra, class of 1975. Jean lettered in basketball, softball, and field hockey. Received the Principal's Trophy as Most Outstanding Female Athlete. Jean was voted MVP for basketball and softball. She was a member of the 1974 and 1975 Section 3 Girls Basketball Championship teams. Jean was a member of the 1975 Section 3 Softball Championship team. Following her playing days at Bishop Ludden, Jean was an assistant women's basketball coach at Syracuse University. From the class of 1975, Jean Balestra. Rance Davis, class of 1976. Rance lettered in football, track, lacrosse, and wrestling during his days at Bishop Ludden. Rance received the Bishop Cunningham Trophy for his athletic excellence and service. As a thrower on the track team, Rance was a City League champion in the shot put. And as a wrestler, Rance was a Section 3 champion. From the class of 1976, Rance Davis. Kathleen McEnany, class of 1979. Kathleen lettered in basketball, soccer, and softball here at Bishop Ludden. Kathleen received the Principal's Trophy for the Most Outstanding Female Athlete. She was voted MVP for basketball, voted first and second team All-League during her basketball career. She earned a basketball scholarship to Lemoyne College. From the class of 1979, Kathleen McEnany. Alison Gray Estes, class of 1980. Alison lettered in soccer, volleyball, basketball, and softball during her playing days here at Bishop Ludden. She was an MVP in soccer, volleyball, and softball during her senior seasons. She received the Principal's Award as the Most Outstanding Female Athlete. Alison was league champion in soccer, basketball, and softball during her career. A pioneer of women's sports during her college days at U.S. Military Academy at West Point. Alison was appointed back to West Point, where she served 6 years active duty and achieved the rank of captain. From the class of 1980, Alison Gray Estes. Marcel dyess, class of 1983. Marcel lettered in basketball during his days here at Bishop Ludden. He was voted All-City and All-State during his career. Member of 2 Central New York Catholic League championship teams under head coach Jerry Wilcox. He was a key member of the 1982 Section 3 champion and state runner-up team. From the class of 1983, Marcel dyess. Leanne duchaski, class of 1986. Leanne lettered in basketball and soccer during her playing days here at Bishop Ludden. She received the Principal's Trophy as Most Outstanding Female Athlete. Leanne was first-team All-League basketball and a member of the Central Empire State Games team. From the class of 1986, Leanne duchaski. Gallagher Driscoll, class of 1988. Gallagher lettered in basketball during his playing days here at Bishop Ludden. He was first-team All-League both junior and senior seasons. Gallagher was voted All-State in 1988. He was a starting guard on the 1987 state runner-up team. Voted all-time Central New York top 75 high school basketball players. Gallagher was inducted in the College of St. Rose Hall of Fame in 2007. He has coached college basketball for 16 years at Lemoyne College, Albany, and Loyola College of Maryland. From the class of 1988, Gallagher Driscoll. Mike Rogers, coach, teacher, and mentor. Mike coached football, baseball, softball, girls basketball and boys basketball during his tenure here at Bishop Ludden. He was a U.S. history and government teacher for 28 years. Mike has over 500 coaching victories during his time at Bishop Ludden. Mike Rogers' 1991 girls basketball team finished state runner-up. Congratulations to Coach Mike Rogers. John Hayes, class of 1980, contributor. 2015 Section 3 Coaching Service Award for his 30-plus years of coaching. John was boys basketball assistant coach under legendary coaches Jerry Wilcox, Pat Donnelly, and Gallagher Driscoll. Bishop Ludden Golf Classic co-founder and committee member. John has volunteered at the Bishop Ludden Sweepstakes and for over the last 24 years helped facilitate Coaches vs. Cancer campaign here at Bishop Ludden. From the class of 1980, John Hayes. 1981 varsity boys golf team. Team members included Mark Fallon, John Flynn, Brian Keenan, Ted Kelly, Tim Murphy, and Jim Myers. They were coached by Walter Ludovico. The 1981 boys golf team captured the Central New York Catholic League and Section 3 championship along their way to winning the New York State Public High School Championship. That 1981 team was the final team to capture the New York State Championship under this format. As the following year in 1982, New York State had implemented the golf championships from a team championship to an individual championship competition. Those are our honorees this evening. In closing, on behalf of the entire Bishop Ludden community, I would like to a big thank you to all of you for your continued belief and support of everything that we do here at Bishop Ludden. We ask that if you would like to nominate someone to become a member of the Bishop Ludden Athletic Hall of Fame, to please nominate them. The forms are on our website. Anyone who was nominated but has not been selected to be a part of the class of 2022, those nominees will be considered again next year. Thank you, and may God bless.